What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Savant Life, and it is a beautiful sunny and windy morning here in Bangalore. It is a Sunday. I'm feeling so good and so relaxed, and on this episode I'm going to be doing a little bit of vlogging, and I'm also going to be reviewing the Yamaha Fazer25. Now, if you remember the FZ25, it was launched a few months back. I'm actually a little late on the action, but as you might know, I've not done one of these ride and review videos in a very long time, and they are my specialty. I love getting onto the bike for the very first time, seeing how it reacts, and then conveying it to you guys. As far as the Yamaha Fazer25 is concerned, a lot of people have said a lot of things about this bike, and not too many of them seem to be a fan of its design. But let's go ahead, get the bike ourselves, and find out what it has to offer. But for right now, if I can just get the wind out of my hair. For right now, I'm gonna go downstairs, change up, get my helmet, get on the bike, and then we are gonna go towards the showroom. So, let's go. So there you have it, finally got my hands on the Fazer25, and let's see what this baby has to offer. Pickup seems to be quite good. Much better than what I was expecting. Now, I just hope that I don't run into too much of traffic, because that's gonna suck. But I'm not really going to talk too much about the specifications or the numbers of the Fazer25, because it's exactly the same bike as the Yamaha FZ25, and I'd reviewed that bike in great detail. I'll leave the link up in the description and also somewhere up here on the screen, so that you can check it out. But it's got basically the same 250cc engine, which can produce up to 20 bhp of power, which is not too much, and about 20 newton meters of torque. It's got a fuel tank capacity of 14 liters, and both the bikes weigh in approximately the same, but considering that this has a doom attached to it in the front, it is likely to be a little heavier. As far as the positioning of this bike is concerned, it's not really a tourer in the truest sense of the word. It's definitely not like a Himalayan or a Mahindra Mojo when it's modified, but it's more of a city bike that can pretend to be a tourer once in a while if you really feel like doing maybe a weekend ride that is not more than 300-400 kilometers or so. The riding posture, I have to say, is very comfortable, and the bike definitely has some zip to it. You can take it into corners quite nicely, you can cut into traffic, so it helps you strike the right balance between a city bike and a bike meant for the highway. Now, I don't know if this doom over here or if this windscreen is really going to do much to avoid wind blast, but considering that you won't be doing more than 120 on a regular basis on this bike, I don't think the wind blast should be such a big issue. Again, there is no ABS on this bike, just like the FZ25, and because of the cosmetic upgrades associated with it, it comes in to be a little more expensive than its naked version. So this one will cost you about 1.6 lakhs on road in Bangalore, which I think is a bit on the expensive side. Alright, let's take a U-turn over here. And again, maybe it's because this is a test ride bike, but I feel the gear shifting could be so much smoother. And again, maybe I'm feeling this because it's a test ride bike, but I feel the gear shifting could be so much smoother. When I rode the FZ25 also back in the day, even that seemed to have really hard gear shifts. But I don't really hear too many people who are owners of Yamaha complain about this thing. So I'm guessing it's more to do with just the test ride bikes itself. The one good thing about this bike as a tourer though is that it has a 14-litre tank capacity, and considering that it can give you figures of anywhere between 35 to 40 kilometers per litre, that is a pretty good range that you can do on this bike. Again, whether you get 35 or 40 depends totally on the way you ride. I actually have a bike, as you know, which is much smaller, an FZ16, and that returns only about 31 or 32 kilometers for me, but that just goes to show how I ride. Now this bike is available only in two colors. One is this one, the red and cream, and then there's another one which is the teal, or the cayenne, I think, like they call it. So not too much of choice as far as colors are concerned. A lot of people had very strong opinions about the Fazer25, the way it looked, and why Yamaha would come out with such an atrocious design. Now I can't really comment too much about the design. It's very subjective, very perceptive, very individual at the end of the day. But if I had to choose between a naked street bike and something like this, I would go in with a naked version any given day of the week, but that is just my individual preference. What do you guys think about this bike? And if you have any questions, then go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But in the meantime and in between time, if this is your first time around at the Savant Life, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, click on the bell icon as well, so that you can be notified when I put out more new videos. I will see you the next time around. Until then, take care, ride safe, be good, and as always, have fun. So just like that, we're done with the test ride of the Fazer25, and I have to say that Yamaha makes some great bikes, but I don't think their dealers are doing such a great job of providing good test ride bikes. Almost every Yamaha bike that I have test ridden has been absolutely messed up. The gear system has gone for a toss. Like, that does not create such a great impression when you're riding the bike for the very first time. And it was the same case with that particular bike. When I'm riding my bike, I can feel how smoothly the gears shift, how nice the bike feels, the riding posture, the braking, everything. Whereas that test ride bike did not seem to have anything going for it. And a lot of times, a lot of people who don't know about that will think, oh, it's the bike. The Fazer25 itself is a bike like that. But that's not really the case. It's actually just those test ride bikes that you're riding.